that fight.
I think he was.
Yeah,
Bit of a
so
bit one. Like most them Russians.
yeah, and that
Beast.
yeah, dude. And so I mean, just yeah, man, I was like, man, this he's a bad guy. So after that, he won the vacant WBA Super World uh, Super Middleweight title. He went on to go to the World Boxing Super Series. Him against Chris Eubank Jr. I mean,
Yeah, it was a good fight as well.
yeah. I
And
mean,
Eubank's hard.
what's
He's hard to stick.
the Prince? I mean, did you hear the ripping he was giving Chris Eubank Jr. that he should just hang him up and don't fight no more?
Ah, Chris Eubank, he's hard to like. So is I don't. I'm not a fan of him whatsoever. He's just too disrespectful and just the way he gets on. He says about himself he wants to be.
He looks very
He
arrogant.
said, yeah, he is. He's big time, but he says he wants to make his own name and he doesn't want to be living off his father's name. But he calls himself Chris Eubank Jr. and he gets on like his father and has the arrogance like him, but says he wants to make his own name, but just copies his father. So it's a bit stupid. So he's hard to stick and he's disrespectful and all as well. So I let him jog on. Not a fan of him.
No, no,
But
absolutely.
with just you were saying about the Groves and the Smith fight, I think it's going to be good. But I do fancy Groves because Smith, obviously, the head of him and his range is massive. He always would usually be his strong point and where he wins it. But with Groves, he's got a big range. I know he's a lot smaller, but his jab's very big. He's good at keeping that distance and he moves well in there to punches and stuff. So I think I fancy Groves for it, maybe on points.
Yeah, same here. I think Groves wins that fight, um, and goes on to win the Muhammad Ali Trophy, and and win the tournament.
Yeah, it's a brilliant tournament. That obviously the next season is with
It's the
the
140
super
division,
bantamweights and Ryan Burnett from Ireland. He's in it, and then the light welter, the super wel or what is it?
junior welter,
Was it super lightweights?
super
Junior
lightweight,
welter or
super
super light? So
lightweight, or
all the
junior
weights are
welter,
changing.
whatever they call them. There's a couple, all kinds of names for them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
but
it's a very good tournament. It's good to watch that. So it is. I've seen a few. I didn't actually see the music fight the other week. I'm going to watch that some night on maybe get on YouTube and watch it. But I heard it was a brilliant fight. It was some performance by him.
oh, absolutely, yeah. I had Gossiev winning that fight. By knockout.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I predicted. I mean, I was totally wrong. I totally underestimated Usyk's boxing ability, and what they're doing is comparing Usyk's his boxing ability and the way he keeps distance, and I mean, he doesn't necessarily even hit very hard. I mean, if he gets you in a corner, yeah, he's gonna unload on you, but um, they compared the style that night to like
yeah,
him being a big Lomachenko because they were on the same Olympic team. Lomachenko's dad was
yeah,
in his corner. I mean, they all those guys train in Oxnard, California, at the old Robert Garcia
yeah,
gym, but it's the boxing laboratory of Egis Klimas, their
yeah.
manager. So yeah,
And that's in California, or is that in Ukraine?
that's in Oxnard, California.
All right, fuck, very good. Did you see much comparisons between the two, Lomachenko and Usyk? Could you say that he was just like a bigger version?
Yeah, so people are. I mean, the people announcing and all that. I just, you look on Twitter, other podcasts. Have been they compared his performance, or they're like, yeah, he's like a big Lomachenko. I'm like, you know
That's
what?
good. Lomachenko, he's something, but
That's
he's
true.
unbelievable to watch, and he's just cruising through the divisions, and each fight he's ripping up the scene, isn't he?
Absolutely. So I want to ask you a couple questions about some other upcoming fights, as
Yes.
we gotta close it up here pretty soon. So I just want to get your opinions here. Canelo versus Triple G, Part Two. Well, what are your predictions here, Paddy Gallagher?
Um, I think Golovkin this time. I thought Canelo won the first one, so it did, and but I think Golovkin this time. I think he'll put the pressure on a wee bit more. He'll learn a bit from it, and he'll move a wee bit. Not Canelo. sort of dictate the pace in a way, even though he was on the back foot, but he was doing it how he wanted it. And Golovkin was just sort of hesitant at times, but I think he's just going to go for it now, and he's just going to do a job on him. But like I said, I thought Canelo won the first one.
Yeah, it was very, very close. So it looks like Canelo is the only boxer in the business doing VADA testing 365 24/7. What do you think of that?
Well, if it's doing it, there's not much more you can say. If he's doing it and proving clean. So obviously, when it came out, it was mayhem, and a lot of people says they expected him to be on it, and they knew that he was on it because he couldn't go up that weight. And that's sort of everybody was saying the same about Pacquiao, and Pacquiao never tested positive. Obviously, people have their opinions, and I don't know what was going on. But well, if he keeps doing the test and he keeps coming up clean, and he's the same performance then, or the same condition, or the same power, the way he was in the first time, then nobody can say anything, can they?
Absolutely. So it looks like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury will be getting it on in November or December. What do you think of that fight?
It is really hard. Wilder, he's terrible to watch. So he is, but he's a crazy swinger, and he's not very. Obviously everybody likes to see knockouts now, but he's brutal to watch. With Tyson Fury, even myself and a lot of other people, like, they didn't believe the hype, but it was, I'm the best boxer and I'm the greatest. There's been, obviously, he gets away, he says about things, and I thought, he's not, until he actually done it, obviously against Klitschko, and then all of a sudden he just changed everybody's minds, and he done it right. He dethroned the king of the heavyweight division, and then everybody just changed their opinions, including myself, and everybody, he is the real deal, he is the man. But obviously, with that time out, that could affect him with a year and a half and all. I think it was a year and a half he was out, and all the problems he had with depression and other things as well. But he fought there not long ago. He's fighting in Belfast here on the Carl Frampton show in 2 weeks' time. And then apparently he's getting another one. Maybe, I think it's October time he's going to fight. And then he'll fight Wilder in December. That's what I read. I don't know if that's exactly what's happening. So a year and a half out, and if he gets 3 fights on the trot within 5-6 months, that's him well and truly broke in back in the sport as well. He's been training. He looks unbelievable now as well. So if he can put a performance in that he was doing before his break, then I see him beating Wilder. I see him beating anyone in the heavyweight division. He's just mad. He's very, very light for a big lad. He moves good. He boxes and he's slick like someone a lot lighter. You know what I mean? He doesn't move like a heavyweight.
No, absolutely. He's very light on his feet for such a huge guy, standing at 6'9". I would say, not just because I'm American, but I say Deontay Wilder will just catch him with one of those wild shots. And, I mean, he was this close. He got saved by the bell. He was this close to losing to Luis Ortiz. And Luis Ortiz, I think, is the top 3 in the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury, I mean, I don't know. So that's just my opinion.
It was a bit of a tricky one. Just the whole styles, obviously, like you were saying there about Fury, he would drop the hands and he would lean back. But obviously Wilder, he's massive. He's big, long arms. He has big, looped swings. So he's a lot of meat behind them shots. So if he does swing and Tyson Fury leans back and his chin's in there or something, and then Deontay hits him, he could finish him. But I'm not too sure. It'd be interesting to watch. And like I said, I don't like watching Wilder, but I would like to watch that fight.
No, absolutely. So, how about Mikey Garcia versus Lomachenko?
Ooh,
if that happens, see, I mean, yeah, you got to think about that one. I think that's a very, very even fight. I have Mikey Garcia winning barely, just because I think Lomachenko, he got put down by Linares on that one punch. He made that mistake. Mikey Garcia is a lot more powerful and he's very ring smart, and he can adapt in the ring. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think Lomachenko is an extraordinary boxer. He's extraordinary footwork. He's a boxer I've never seen like before. He's a different animal. My cousin is on the Lomachenko train for sure. He says, I mean, we've had several arguments, and I mean, that's just, it is what it is. But what does Paddy Gallagher think?
Beef. I'm not even going to call on that one. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I wouldn't know.
It's hard. It's hard.
I said, I've been watching them from, I think it was 2007. I think it was Chicago where the Worlds were, or 2007 when he won his world title. I was watching him from then, and just obviously through the years he was just getting bigger and bigger. And his last Olympics, I think one was 2012. I think he won, and he walked it. It looked like he was doing it for fun, and then he turned pro, and obviously with the Salido fight, or Salido wasn't it, who beat him in his second fight?
Absolutely.
And then he won a world title in about his third or fourth fight, and he's won them a different couple of weights, and he's a few world titles now within 9 fights, something like that. So he's a special fighter. But Garcia, like I've heard of Garcia years ago, and then I didn't actually watch him until he came back there. He took a year or so out, wasn't it, or 2 years, something like that. And then I think it was 2 years ago. He took a break off for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he took 2 years off because he had to kind of, like, let's just say in parentheses, he had to retire in order for him to get out of his top rank deal.
Oh, right.
That's why he did that.
Well, I'd heard of him beforehand, and I'd never watched him. And then when he came back, obviously everybody was getting all excited, and everybody wanted to watch it and stuff. And so I jumped aboard and watched it, and I was blown away. And obviously over his last couple of fights as well. I haven't seen his fight from last week against Robert Easter, was it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that fight, but he's unbelievable as well. He does everything perfect. Obviously, he's unbeaten. And like you said, he's very, very ring smart, and he's got a big, big punch on him for a small man.
Absolutely. So, okay, so as we're closing this out, I want to ask you, what is like in the future for you here? We got about 3 minutes left. Do you want to stay at welterweight? There's a lot of competition there. I think you can, compete with some of those guys at 147. Do you want to go down? Or you plan to go up? What is your
plan? I'm happy. I make 147 not easy, but I make it very comfortable. So I do. When I was in Kentucky, I was the easiest I've made it. So, like I said, I was boxing 69 kilo, which was over in 152, and now I'm starting to make the weight. I've come down, and I've made the title weight a couple of times in a row over the last year and a half. So it's getting easier and easier. I'm happy to stay at welterweight. Like I said, I've got this British boxing board. It's like a box off against Corcoran, and then if I win that, I go to fight for the British title, or there's Commonwealth titles in there as well. But what I would really love to do is come back and fight in America and start fighting regularly in America, because I got a taste for it there, and obviously America is where it's all happening. I would love to be back over there fighting a couple of times a year. So hopefully with the real deal, they can get me back over later in the year, whether it's back in Kentucky or if it's going to be a fight in New York. I would definitely love to get over. Make my mark over there. Like you said, a new fan in you. So hopefully we'll meet another couple of fans, and then the people who want to see me, and because I'm Irish alone, I'll get hundreds and hundreds of tickets sold in New York. There's the many people who text me and say, "Oh, when are you fighting in New York? When are you fighting in New York?" No people from here that have moved over there. So with it being that, that's such a big Irish base over in America, I would love to fight in New York, definitely, in Boston and Chicago and stuff like that as well, big Irish people. So I would like to fight in America a lot. Get back over there and just work way up our rankings.
Absolutely.
That WBC tournament, I was hoping, obviously, all being well, would have won that, and that would have got me over there and got me into maybe the top 10 with WBC, but it wasn't to be. But I'll make my way in one way or another, definitely.
Very good, man. I really hope to see you back in the ring, doing your thing. Like I said before, you made a new fan in me. So where can people find you, Paddy? Where can they follow you?
Well, on Instagram or Twitter at Paddy Gallagher, PADDYGAL.
Very, very good, man. So
so people follow me, and I'll be putting up content and stuff as well. And then get the all clear here in 2 weeks, and then that's me on the go straight away. And just the way I was saying there about fighting over in America as well, obviously there's people, I would love to aim high. 5 years of pro, I've had 17 fights, I've had good opposition. Obviously, with Solomon, that was a big fight as well.
Absolutely.
I passed that test. Definitely passed that test. Didn't get the result, but it shows you the quality and